Let's talk about images. So every website today, we have a lot of images. So less than, now the name of the element here is img, like that. Now I need to, again, like the anchor tag, okay, you want to show an image. What image? Where is it? So for the image tag, you have to specify an attribute called src, which stands for source. So add a space after the name in the opening tag, src, and then equal sign, double quotes, double quotes. Now you need to give an URL or colloquially a link to the image. Now you can find one if you go to your favorite search engine. For example, I want to look for an image of a dog. I'm going to click images, tab here, and I'm going to find one of these images. For example, this one. And then if you right click it, you can see copy image, a link, for example, in my browser. Some search engines have a link here, a button that says view image. You can also do that. And then you can see I open a new tab and I pasted that. And you can see this is the URL. This is what I want for the source attribute. So you can just copy that. Go back to JS Fit. I'm going to paste that. Now, if you notice the image tag, I didn't write a closing tag because this is a special kind of element that is self-closing, meaning it doesn't need a closing tag. So you can just have the opening tag like this. So if I click on the run at the top left, I can now see the picture of the dog here, although it's very big. So you usually want to set the width and height of the image so to prevent it from taking the whole website because it's too big here. So to do that, you can use an attribute. Let's go here and add another attribute. Add a space, make sure there's a space. Width and equal sign, double quotes, double quotes. Let's say 200. Click run. Now, I specify that the width of this image should be 200, and the unit here is pixels, okay? So from left to right is 200 pixels. Now, you notice the height also changed accordingly, even though I didn't say height here as an attribute. Although I could have said height here, for example, 100, but that would stretch the image, and it would lose its aspect ratio. You would break the aspect ratio, right? So if you omit one of the dimension attributes, it will try to fit the other one to comply with the aspect ratio so it doesn't stretch or shrink the image. So in this case, it adjusted the height so that the proportion of the width 200 kept up with the original proportion of width over height. Okay? Are you talking about the value for the source attribute? How did I get that? Well, you can go to any search engine, for example, bing.com. I look for okay, I want to find an image of a dog. I type dog there, enter. Now I click the images tab of my favorite search engine. In this case, I'm using Bing. And find one of these pictures. You can click them. And then in this case, there are different ways to go about this. Now, Bing makes it easy. If you click view image, you see that? Click view image and Bing will open it in a new tab. Then I can go here in the address bar and I can copy that. And then that value goes into the value for the source or src attribute here. And I paste it there, click run, and see the dog there. Okay. Now, the other way, the way I first did it with Google was right click and click copy image link. I'm using Firefox, so if you're using another browser, it might have a different label, but copy image URL, copy image link, something like that. Copy image location, okay? But the easiest way is click view image here, at least in Bing. Anyway, going back to the code here. Let's talk about the alt attribute for images. Now, let's say I go here and for some reason, have you heard of broken images? Sometimes the images in a website are broken, meaning they no longer exist. That file is gone. Or maybe somebody made a mistake like I'm about to do now, and I typed a 2 at the end of the source value here, and I click run. Oops, why did that work? Let's put JP2. Uh, oh, okay, okay, okay. I know why, I know why. Let me remove, let me remove this stuff here. That's very strange. What? Let me remove the whole source. Okay. Let me remove everything or partially. Okay, I removed some part of the URL. It's gone. It's wrong, okay? So I made a mistake here. And you can see the image now is appearing as broken. There's a broken icon there. Now, it'd be nice if at least we could get some description of what the image was supposed to be. So we can go here, add one attribute called alt, and let's say picture of a dog of, I don't know the breed here, specific breed. If I knew the breed, I would type it here. So it's essentially, it's a description of the image that I had placed there. Now, when I click run at the top left, the image is broken, but at least I get a description of what the image was supposed to be. Picture of a dog of a specific breed, okay? So these days, whenever you add a new image element, make sure to add an alt attribute and describe that image so that in case it gets broken, you can see what it was meant to be. Now, another use of the alt attribute is for accessibility. You know, some people might have a hard time looking at the screen or they might be blind. In that case, they use what's called a screen reader. A screen reader goes through the whole website and reads it out for the user. So when it passes through this image, it will read out loud the alt attribute. So a blind user, even though they can't see, they can hear the description of the image and understand this was what's in the website. Picture of a dog with specified breed. That's what it would say. So then the person will be able to understand what the content of that specific element for the website is. Okay, so very important attribute to have these days.